We have with us Garima Pandey ji. आपको अभी तो जी बुलाना पड़ेगा गरिमा जी मुझे. And since you are here, and thank you so much for sparing your afternoon for us. And I'll just introduce a few lines about her, then I'll hand it over to her. So Garima ji is a highly accomplished and experienced strategic HR leader and leader and learning and development expert with nearly 2 decades of experience in the field. She's very passionate and a driven professional, and she's been working closely with CEOs and top executives to drive organizational success through effective people management. So the kind of skills and abilities that she trains people for are: she's a soft skill trainer, she's an image consultant, she is an NLP trainer. Where she got all her expertise are from XLRI Jamshedpur, Scottish Qualification Authority, National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, the National Federation of Neurolinguistics Programming, the Council Institute of Image Management, and the International Coach Federation. And a while ago, we were talking to her, and she was saying she's going to add many, many more feathers to her cap. So thank you so much, Garima ji, for actually joining us today. And to invite you again, and I now invite our president, Chetna Jain, to also say a few words to all our participants here. And Chetna ji is an architect. She's the owner of Dhrum Tharu Consultants, where they're doing multiple projects. She's also a soft skill trainer herself, and she's a dynamic leader who's at the moment leading the COVID Telangana chapter. And because if I say something about her कि हाँ professionally वो architect हैं, वो बहुत limited हो जाएगा. At this moment she's actually has many caps that she's has on at the moment. So I think with that, Chetna, welcome, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Kalpana, and welcome Garima ji to our COVID Telangana for this wonderful session, and thank you for accepting the moment I asked you. And as I was briefing you what we do at COVE, I think I have just briefed you. All our participants are really, really accomplished women, inspiring women, and to each his own. Everybody has their own expertise. So this is a wonderful, vibrant group of women that we keep addressing every month. And the reason we do these webinars is getting out, going to workshops physically. It becomes a challenge for women sometimes. But then why I chose to have webinars was people sitting in the comfort of their home, or even if they're traveling, at least, knowledge transfer keeps happening. And that is the reason why we have this fixed charter of having webinars every month. And in the process, I think you are the 4th in the series of the webinars that we've been having. And the topic, of course, emotional intelligence. I'm sure with all the vibrant persona that you have, you would do 100% justice to this particular topic. We are so very eager to hear from you. And thank you for joining us once again. Over to you, Garima.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kalpana, for a very nice and detailed introduction. Thank you, Chetna, for inviting me. And it's my pleasure to be a part of this group where we all ladies are making our own marks. So the topic which is given to me is emotional intelligence. So I think emotional intelligence is something like we ladies are pro at it. Okay. Like it's been like we are managing day now. It's just now I'll say it's more about like we'll be just refreshing what we are doing. I think, and I think all of you will agree with me, right?
Yes.
So let's make this session interactive. Okay. So people who are traveling, definitely they can't reply back, but the other people who can do reply, please make it interactive so that it's more of an interactive session, and it's more of a fun where all young girls are talking and discussing and laughing. So let's make that session like that, because that's all about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is like when you're aware of your own emotions and when you're aware of other people's emotions. Okay, so I'll start sharing my screen. So, can everybody see my screen? Is it possible?
Yes, yes, very much.
Yeah. So when I was talking about emotional intelligence, so it's basically ability to understand your own emotions and understand the emotion of others. Now, since we all are women entrepreneurs, so why it is so important for us? I want people to answer this. Why, as a woman, emotional intelligence topic is so important for us? Let's make it interactive. Let's make it sharing views, sharing our own stories, because we all are, yeah, accomplished professional and we must have faced all this. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I answer, Garima?
Yeah, please, please.
I think emotional intelligence is very important for women because some decisions at workplace,
Hmm.
when they are made with the heart, give more productive results.
Hmm.
And a higher EQ will allow you to empathize more. And empathy is one thing that increases lot and lot of things in life. It helps you forge better relationships. It helps you better understanding of your staff, and it helps you gel very well so that you can take things forward very easily, because it's all about human emotions that works more rather than
Yes,
money that works. So
yes,
today we don't work for money, we work for emotional support, we work
yes,
for social support. So I think that's where EI steps in.
yes, yes, yes. Claps, claps. Let's clap for each other. Let's encourage
Yes, yes,
uh,
absolutely.
each other. Okay, then only the session will look interactive. Otherwise, like it would be like me. See, I'm not that accomplished Sadhguru that I'll be giving gyan and you will be receiving gyan from me. It's all, it's all sharing experiences. It's like topic has been given to me and Chetna has chosen to speak on, has chosen me to speak on that. Otherwise, like we all know about emotional intelligence because we have been managing day and out, right? I think everybody agrees with me. Yes or no? Let's have some energy because just sitting, actually, I get a little. Everybody can see me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody can see me? Yeah. So see,
Yes,
why it is helpful to women entrepreneurs? Because see, we when we are doing job also, we are managing family, we are taking care of the job responsibilities. But entrepreneur is totally different from being employed. I think everybody would agree with me, right? Here, yeah, yeah. Here you're not told what to do. Here you have to first find out the work, finding out the work and getting the work and getting the client and then delivering it whatever you promised and then making a mark so that you get repeat business. Okay, so it's a very emotional journey. Like you invest a lot of emotions into it, invest a lot of money and physical time and your physical energy. Wherein in job, because I myself was employee as HR director, the emotional investment is less as compared when you start your own thing because it's like your baby and you are actually carving it or you're nurturing it, right? Please interact with me, please. Otherwise, if I'm feeling like I'm talking to myself only, okay? Please say yes, yes. Please say yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Ladies, even if
Yes,
we are
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
online, we can still say yes and no. Our voice will be heard.
Yeah, yes or
Participate.
no. It does
Good.
say yes and no. So it looks
Yes.
like we are on the same page. Okay, fine. See, emotional intelligence is also about communication. And what is communication? Communication is a two-way process. Okay, wherein the speaker speaks and the receiver receives, and then receivers respond. Otherwise, it would be like a public speaking, me standing on the stage. Agreed? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Correct.
You have to say yes, so bear with me. It will take a lot of little energy from your side, but it will help you a little, maybe some calories you lose.
Yes, ma'am. We agree to you 100%.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so fundamentals of emotional intelligence, right? So there are 5 competencies of emotional intelligence which we'll be discussing, and then we will be discussing on how to develop and improve these competencies. We all have emotional intelligence, we all have competencies, but it's always good when we actually learn and relearn and keep on working over it. Okay, it's about polishing our own skills. Okay, so that's the reason Chetna has organized this session. So the quote is this: I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them to enjoy them and to dominate them. See, sometimes what happens as ladies, like we are emotional and we react as per the emotions. But emotional intelligence is that I will not react as whatever the emotions come. I would be in control of my emotions, because as a woman entrepreneur, I need to take logical decisions. Okay, for that I need to be aware of my emotions and take control of my emotions. So what is emotional intelligence? It is basically the ability to recognize your emotions, like what are you going through, okay, right now, okay, and then and understand other people what they are telling you and how you are interpreting, then how are you making decisions, okay. So all these four things are just what I said, okay, four big lines in the presentation, is basically is a set of abilities that helps you manage your emotions and relate to others, okay. So this quote is, emotional intelligence is more than 1 minute. I think, is it visible now? Yeah. Emotional intelligence is more than any other factor, more than IQ, which is intelligence quotient or expertise, accounts for 85 to 95% of success at work. IQ is a threshold competence. Like you should be, let's say, to get a job, either you should be MBA or graduate at least, or do something. It's like you have to get that job. But to survive in that job, or to work like for an entrepreneur, right? Like if I started as a soft skills trainer, let's say I started as a export or import, so I should have knowledge of export and import, right? But what makes me to survive and thrive in that business is my emotional intelligence, how I deal with suppliers, how I deal with buyers, how I deal with my company employees. So I think this, since everybody is entrepreneur here, so we all understand the challenges how we face dealing with different kinds of people. Agreed?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for responding.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for responding. So IQ gets you hired. Even for us, like we are hiring people now. So okay, like we'll get it hired. Okay, he's MBA or whatever. Even me, I was get hired. But EQ gets you promoted. EQ gets, because how you deal with people. Even you must have noticed, if you have hired some people or you were in the organization, some people are very intelligent, right? And but nobody wants to work with them. Have you experienced those kind of people? They're very intelligent. Some people are IITian also, but nobody wants to work with them. Have you experienced? Yes, yes. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, thanks, Sridevi, at least for making that physical gesture. That is also okay for me because you're traveling. Yeah. But what happens? Some people are there. They're not so highly qualified, but people like to work with them. They want to learn, grow with them. So these people are highly emotionally intelligent. Okay. So EQ has twice the power of IQ to predict performance. EQ is also better predictor than employee skill, knowledge, or expertise. So, for example, when we are taking as a HR, since I've been a HR professional, so whenever we talk about getting somebody promoted, we think whether that person be able to manage the team or not. Do we think that or not? Okay, if he's just a sole person, like he can just perform like, or he's a very good individual contributor, then he can be a subject matter expertise. He cannot be a team manager or he cannot be a leader. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So at best, IQ contributes 20%. 80% is emotional intelligence, and that's the reason we are talking about emotional intelligence. So now, to talk about emotional intelligence, let's talk about our brain, right? So our brain is rapidly. Yeah. Shall I continue? Shall I continue?
8333.
Shall I continue?
Yes, Garima.
Yeah. So
Yes,
see,
yes.
to understand emotional intelligence, so let me go to a little part of neuro-linguistic programming, which is NLP. So we have this reptilian brain, okay, the brain we have divided, which actually controls like a breathing, soiling, and heartbeat. Then we have limbic brain, right, which is very expressive and intuitive, okay, but it does not know any reasoning, it does not know any logic, okay, and we have neocortex brain, okay, that is the ability to control your actions. It is the face of strong emotions. It is a seat of thinking, logic, and reasoning, okay. So the brain is wired to be emotionally intelligent. We have to do that. So when our limbic system and rational brain meets, there is where we call the emotional intelligence. See, we cannot be saying that we could be highly logical only, right? We need a part of emotional quotient also. and be logical also. So where we can have that balance, that is called emotionally intelligent. Okay. When you have a high EQ leaders, okay, because when they can think logically also, and when they have empathy also, what Chetna just said, okay, about other people, they can actually create right decisions, which everybody accepts, and then the process moves on. See, but when you are in the field, or when you are just in the workplace, or let's say workplace, it is how you handle ourselves in our relationship that determines how well we do once we are given a job. It also depends like how we handle ourselves. 1 minute, but something is there, little, how we handle ourselves. Okay. So the single most factor that distinguishes star performers is EQ. Okay. So EQ is responsible 50% of your job performance. Okay. And 90% of top performers have high EQ. Okay. And then so 5 competencies now which we were talking about. Let's discuss about it. First is self-awareness. Then self-regulation. Then attitude, motivation, empathy, social skills. For leaders, the first task in management has nothing to do with leading others. Step 1 poses the challenge of knowing and managing oneself. How many of you agree with me that first we should know and manage ourselves, then manage others?
Absolutely right. Actually, I agree. Fully agree.
Yes. As an entrepreneur, even the discipline, right, is very important. And sometimes as a women entrepreneur, we have so many responsibilities. Some things are very ad hoc, right? And it's like like once we are into this, it creates a very panicky situation. To handle that situation with grace and dignity, it requires a lot of emotional intelligence. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah. So self-awareness I'm talking about. So it must come first, because if we don't know ourselves and what we are feeling, how can we possibly know or understand someone else and how they feel? Okay, so self awareness is about knowing what drives us and what we are passionate about. So let's say we all are women entrepreneurs. So when we started this business, we have started something which we are passionate about. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because in this last
Yes, absolutely.
journey of entrepreneurship, until unless you don't have passion, you cannot go a long way, right? You cannot. You will just shut it down, because see the ups and downs. Okay, so we have actually seen what is our passion, what drives us, okay, and what kind of work we do, and we have set up a business around that. Okay. So when we are emotionally intelligent, we have to be very aware of our emotions, and we have to be very honest with ourselves. Okay. Okay. And they understand their feelings. When we're emotionally intelligent, we understand our feelings, but we don't allow them to rule over us. Like, for example, many times as a woman, we have a lot of hormonal things also going on. But we can't allow them to rule over us, because we have work, right? Which is important, right? So sometimes, like, everybody has a mechanism to cope up. Like, my mechanism is it will keep on happening, okay, but work should not stop. Okay, so everybody must have developed some kind of a mechanism to cope up. We can't say, oh, today I have mood swings, oh, today I have back pain, oh, today I have neck pain. We can't say all that. No, because work has to go on. So that's the reason I am saying that we as ladies, like, we are pro at balancing emotions. So we are already emotionally intelligent. Okay, so it's just a refresher for all of us. It's just an interaction for all of us. Okay. Now, labeling your emotions is a key. If you can't name it, you can't tame it. Now, what is the meaning of this? Many times we don't know what we are feeling. It happens. We are not aware, like, what are you feeling? How will you tame it? Like, some people will say, feel like I'm feeling angry, but basically they are not feeling angry. Basically, they are feeling disinterested, least interested. Sometimes they feel that I'm feeling agitated, but they're not agitated. They're bored. So basically, when you know what is the correct feeling, then only you can counter it. So first step is know your feeling, exact feeling.
So once we know what is our emotional reaction and understand how they work, it is easier actually to tame them or refrain from them. Okay. Then the second step is self-regulation. So once we know ourselves, right, what is our passion, what is our feeling, what is our drive, right, then they come how to regulate them. Okay. So how will we regulate our emotions? Hmm? See, it's very simple. You have to give a rational side to them. Yeah. You have to give a rational side to them. Okay. Like, for example, if you're in workplace, you're feeling very much angry, or let's say you're feeling very much like you're about to break now. My God, this is, then what you have to give a rational feeling that you are in the workplace, and since you're heading this workplace, or let's say you are an employee in the workplace or whatever, you can't just break in front of every down. You can't break down in front of everybody, right? So you have to use some rational, like where are you? So that is the reason where we studied that when we combine our emotions and logic, that balancing thing is emotional intelligence. Okay? No matter the situation, never let your emotions overpower your intelligence. So that is emotional intelligence. Whatever the situation is, since we all are working women and we all have taken that responsibility that apart from taking care of the family, we will take care of our work, our own identity, individuality, our own finances. And since we are working, so our finances are also helping other family, right? So basically, the kind of support we are giving to the family is far far better, far ahead than the male counterparts. Do you agree or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we should not let our emotions overpower our intelligence. Okay. So self-regulation. Now, what is self-regulation? It helps us to act intentionally rather than reactively. You must have noticed that something happens. I have seen in my HR career many people resign in a very like once they are into bit of emotions, right, and they just put a resignation letter and they resign, and afterwards they resign, afterwards they think it was not such a great thing for me to resign, it was not such a big thing for me to resign, right? I lost my job. Many I have seen my HR career, many things people do, they react so intensively that afterwards they start feeling that they should have not reacted in that way. Everybody must have gone through that stage, right? Agreed? So,
Yeah.
self-regulation help us act deliberately, not destructively. Okay. Self-regulation is the ability to control emotions and impulses. Impulsive. Sometimes you must have heard many people say, "Oh, don't give that work to her. She's very impulsive." Have you noticed? So, when you actually impulsive, people tag you as impulsive, then what happens? They stop giving you the responsibility because they will think that you will not think logically, you will not think rationally, you will act impulsively. Okay. So basically, self-regulation is thoughtfulness, comfort level. What is the thoughtfulness? So what is right at this moment is self-regulation. Okay. So out of control emotions make smart people stupid. If you are out of control, like you actually are you are very smart, intelligent, like highly qualified, but you just react. You are like a what we call panic button. You just react. Or let's say you are like a bomb, right? Just somebody says something and it just explodes. Then whatever intelligence, whatever qualifications you have, you will be making yourself fool. So motivation. Now, third part, first part was self-regulation, the self-awareness. Second part was self-regulation. Third part is motivation. Okay. So it's very important to self-motivate ourselves. Okay. See, so much negativity is coming around. Okay. Right now, like example, as an entrepreneur, we think many times that this contract will get this, and but at the end time only the customer says that no, right? We are fully ready. Like we have made up plans also, and even have worked and everything is done, our team is ready, but end moment now what will happen, so much we will get bogged down, okay, because we are human beings, we are not robots, right? And sometimes what happens, we do so much of sales calls, but there are so many no's before yes. And sometimes the customer service, like we're giving customer service, but some kind of problem happen and the customer just thrashes us. Okay. So much of negativity and all, and then we get negativity from the people who are working with us. Okay. So if we employed people, many people will not be happy because we ask them to work more, As an employee, we were just working, itne paise mein to itna hi hota hai boss, right? So everybody will give us that negativity is coming from every side. So how will we make ourselves positive? By self-motivation. Okay. So self-motivation is about visualizing the achievement of a goal and taking the necessary steps to get there. Right? How will you motivate yourself? You can't just motivate yourself, I'm good, I'm good. You have to motivate yourself by visualizing for what you are working. Let's say everybody agrees with me, whenever we are bogged down, we think about the success and motivate ourselves or visualize ourselves in success.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So basically, what we do, we envision reaching the goals, which means which gives meaning. Okay, that if we are actually want to reach to that goal, our mindset or state of a mind should not be into that lower state, or let's say bogged down state. We have to be energetic, or in the energetic state of mind, start working again. So that is self motivation. Okay. So self-motivated people accept change, are more flexible. They think, yeah, it happens. It happens. What to do? We have to keep on working. We can't give up. Okay. So they take initiatives. They have a more balanced approach. Okay. And basically they think for the long term. Like when my goal is big, right? If I get failures. Okay. So I'll not just stop working upon it. I will take failures as a part of a learning process. Okay. And work towards it. So that's what is self motivation. Okay. And they are highly productive. Because why they are highly productive? Because they have to keep working towards their goal. So when you have to work towards your goal, stopping is not an option. Agreed? Stopping is not an option. Whatever happened is happened. Whatever sadness, whatever happens, stopping is not an option.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we come to the fifth part, empathy. This Chetna spoke about. Now, what is empathy? Empathy is like when you understand other people, when you keep yourself in other people's shoes. That is empathy. Okay. So, how will empathy begin? Empathy begins with listening, actually. First, you have to listen to that person, what the person is saying. And listening is different from hearing. Hearing is a physical process. Means what happened that when you are hearing, you're maybe mentally absent. Okay. But when you're listening, you're actually comprehending what the person is trying to say, and then you respond to that. Okay. So, first step of empathy is to listen. Okay. Because when you listen, then only you can understand and empathize with that person. Okay. Now, this empathy is very important because this helps in making connection. Because if somebody listens to you, or somebody responds to you, or somebody says, yeah, I understand, I am with you, you feel good. Now, there is a difference between empathy and sympathy. Can anybody explain me?
Sympathy is actually something negative emotion, what I feel, and empathy is like being on the same page with the other person.
Yes, 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 yes. Very right, very right. Now, let me elaborate. Okay, sympathy is something. Let me give an example. Let's say I was walking and I fell down in a pit. Right, I hurt myself. Now my friend, my lady is coming and saying, "Oh God, you fell down in a pit. Why this happened to you? It's very bad. It should not happen to you. Oh God." Okay. Now this is sympathy. Okay. Now I fell down in a pit. My friend came and one of the friend came and she said, "Oh, you fell down on a pit. Oh, it should not happen to you. But I know you can come out of it. Let's work together. Let's come out of it." Okay. So that is empathy. You are understanding that I got hurt, but then you are empowering me to come out of it. Clear? Does it make sense? Or somebody
Yes,
wants to add something more? Okay, then let's proceed. Okay, fine. So I learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Right or wrong? As a woman, we deal with a lot of people, with relatives, with family members, with
yes,
our counterparts, with our business stakeholders, with our employees. Basically, you always say, "Na, there is some positive vibe with that person," and sometimes you say there is some negative vibe with that person. Does it happen or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Because what happened?
Ma'am.
Yeah, some people make you feel very happy. People make you feel like confident, empowered. Some people come and their presence only make you feel, oh God, like you down, or make you like you start feeling little uncomfortable. So how you make the person feel, that is very important. That's a part of emotional intelligence. And how will you make the person feel better? When you understand your emotions and when you understand other person emotion. Okay. And then when you empathize with that person, then only you can make the person feel better. You just cannot come and say, hi, like person, like something bad has happened to the person. Let's say my father-in-law is in ICU, let's say, okay, and I'm sitting like this, right? And you come, hi, let's come up, let's go, let's come. First you see my expression, what I'm going through. Okay. So first, what should be my reaction? Yeah, what happened? My father-in-law is ICU, I understand. I completely understand. But see, you need to be brave, you need to be strong, right? Okay, let's come out, let's have a tea, right? So that is empathy, right? Rather than coming there and giving a very cheering vibe, oh, nothing happened, it happens. Yeah, he's already old, he should die now. Okay, we can't start all this. So see, empathy is basically you understand and react as per the situation. Okay, so empathy doesn't mean that you always have to be like reacting like very cheerfully and all. Empathy means you have to react as per the person's emotions, the person who is in front of you, and empower that person. Your whole object should be empowering that person, not sympathizing or making that person feel victim. Oh, poor you, this only happened to you. That is sympathy. So empathy is the glue that will bind the group together to work successfully. The ability to model empathy is the best way to motivate others. Okay. Empathetic people are usually excellent at managing relationships, listening, and relating to others. They avoid stereotyping and judging too quickly, and they live their lives in a very open and honest way. Like, have you seen many people stereotype or judge people? We have, especially women, have this very good quality of stereotyping or giving names to people, that she is very nakra, she is very chala dialogue Telugu में बोलते हैं, chala dialogue undi, chala nakra undi, mast style undi, right? We name them some with negative feeling, right? So when we're empathic, we should not name them, or because we don't know what is happening in their lives, right? We really don't know why they are behaving in a certain way. Until unless we come to know, we should not name them. Okay, so when we are empathetic, we should not be very fast to have judgments. Okay, so never make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. So what has happened? Sometimes what happens, we have a first impression of somebody very bad. Let's say, oh God, this person is very bad, and we say, no, we can't really gel with that person. We can't talk with that person, or that person is really not good. Don't make that permanent decisions. Give that person a little time. Maybe that person was into certain mood or certain kind of circumstances. Once you give that chance, that person becomes your best friend. Okay. So emotional intelligence is all about reacting. I would not say reacting, I would say responding intelligently. Okay. So value of social and relational capital. So what Chetna already said, the new business currency is human and relational capital, not financial capital. Your network is your net worth. Have you listened this slogan many times? Have you listened, all of you? 23 people are there.
Yes.
At least one should.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
React. Thank you so much for reacting. For responding, not reacting. Okay. Reacting is something when we are impulsive. Responding is when we think about it and think what we have to say at this particular moment. Relationships for social skills. 1 minute. What was this? Yeah. This is the fifth part. What we're talking is about interacting with people successfully and being adept at managing emotions in others. Better communicators, social skills. Have you noticed many times we hire people because they are good communicators. They can talk, they can express themselves. Some people are very good, but they're not able to express themselves. They're not able to communicate. And then it becomes difficult to work with them, right? So being emotionally intelligent means that you're able to express your emotions, okay, and you're able to understand also, because communication is always a two-way process. It will never happen that people will only understand you, okay? You should also understand people. If you are not able to understand people, that means communication is not happening and you're not emotionally intelligent. Okay, because you just know the first part, first aspect of the emotional intelligence, that is self-awareness or self-regulation, the second part. You don't know about the third part, fourth part, and the fifth part, which is social skills. Okay, so when you're excellent communicators, you can manage disputes, you can master building and maintain. Have you noticed many times the disputes happen? We think of that person, let's call that person, no, he will negotiate or she will negotiate it well, or she can handle it well. Have you noticed this happens many times?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
because
is.
because they are actually excellent communicators and they ask the person, let's cool down, sit down, think about it. Uh, don't actually name the. Actually, they what they do, they actually differentiate the issue from the person. What is the issue? Let's work on it logically and find out a solution about it. So, summary of EQ competency: self awareness, right? So, in self awareness means you're knowing about your emotions. That means what happens when you have the ability to recognize and understand your own moods, emotions, and drives, as well as your effect on others. You become more confident because you are aware of yourself. Okay, then you have a realistic self assessment. Okay, that what I'm capable of doing, what I'm not capable of doing. Then self-deprecating sense of humor means, like, many of us have faults. Let's say I'll tell you a simple example, that if we do something wrong, let's say some mistake, like we were typing something on the computer and something by mistake the word spelling gets wrong, and we say, oh god, how stupid I am. Have you do this or not?
Yeah,
Now,
we do that. Yes.
yes, but then we should stop doing, because this is not such a big issue. Okay, so what we should do, we should take it in a humorous talk thing way. Okay, it happens, we are humans, right? Don't talk so negatively or make it a big issue on ourselves and start making us feel so bad, because we don't understand that how, when we talk to ourselves, how it affects our confidence. And in neuro linguistic programming, NLP, that is the first thing what we learn, that your language or your communication with yourself affects you first. So that should be positive. You think about motivating people, you think about being a leader, but what do you think about yourself? How are you talking to yourself? Are you able to give honor, respect, and prestige to your own self? Or are you just saying, if little small mistake happen, even let's say we are cooking also, and if some mistake happen, oh god, jal gaya, mere se to hamesha hi jal jata hai. Sometimes we pass generalizations on ourselves, right or wrong?
Yeah.
We don't need mother-in-law in that. We are very good in actually depreciating ourselves. So we should stop that, and we should think we are humans. It happens. Okay. Then self-regulation, the ability to control or redirect directive impulses and moods. Okay.
Yeah.
To think before acting. Okay. Now, what happens when you have self-regulation? People will start trusting you. Okay. People will have comfort with you, and they will know, okay, she's open to change. Means once we have, you noticed some people like share secrets with them, and with some people don't like to share secrets. It's not about only that that person will share to everybody. Some people we confide because we feel they will understand. Okay, they would be trustworthy and they would be actually thinking it logically. Is it a norm or not? Some people are very trustworthy,
Yeah.
and we feel they're very sensible because they have regulated their emotions. Then motivation, okay, a passion to work for reasons that go beyond money or status, a propensity to pursue goals with energy and persistence. Now, see, we all have find out our motivation. Like I was a HR leader, I am still a HR leader, but I always wanted to be in the soft skills. I always wanted to be the coaching industry. So this is my motivation factor. This motivates me actually to get up and prepare the PPTs, to talk with people, and because I love interacting with people. Okay, So this what happens, this gives me a strong drive to achieve optimism. Even in the face of failure, what will happen? Okay, fine, this went well or something happened. Okay, but I'll try again. In fact, I just want example from you people. You people are also entrepreneurs. How you motivate yourself? Let's talk about it. Anybody? Anybody want to share their experience?
I think yeah, sorry. I think I'm Kalpana here. So
Yeah.
I think for me, how I motivate myself is, I create a context for myself,
Mhm.
like supposing I feel disillusioned about something not working out, or let's say not getting enough business, or just not feeling motivated enough to do anything. There will be, let's say I'm an interior designer and I also have a social enterprise. So I let's say कोई मुझसे बोलता है कि यार तू आके मेरा वो बना दे या वो कर दे या तेरे लिए ऑर्डर है या मेरा घर कर दे. But somewhere I'm like, oh, do I need to? And the last time I had this loss, or a lot of excuses are coming into my head, okay, at that moment, thinking that, full of excuses. That's when I have to remind myself कि मैं ये करती क्यों हूँ? I say, so let's say I have a social enterprise that I run. There are people who are working for me. So I'm like, I look at their faces and say, okay, so my context is, I have to create it. I have to create it. It's for this or that or whatever. So that's what I do for my motivation.
Yeah. So see, everybody motivates ourselves, right? Everybody. Okay. So thanks, Kalpana, for sharing. Empathy. Now, what is the empathy? We just understood the ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people. Okay. So what this does, it helps in building and retaining, talent, cross-cultural sensitivity. We are from different cultural background. Okay, we are from different states, and sometimes we're working with international clients also. So when we actually understand from what they are coming or what they are thinking, we don't judge them or label them. We understand them. Let's say I'm a North Indian, right? And I'm married to a Telugu family, right? So my kind of food is very different from their food, right? But I understand, since I came from that thing, like where we don't had so much of spices and all, they have a lot of spices. So I understand there and I adapt with their culture. The same thing they adapt with me. That okay, she is a Brahmin, she doesn't cook or eat non-veg. So they adapt with me, not like I'm not cooking non-veg for them. So basically that kind of what happened. It's an understanding created. This is a family. In the organization also, you must have noticed that we adapt each other. Okay, have you noticed we keep on adapting? Okay, fine, this is this because that person is coming from that. Anybody wants to share example other than Kalpana? This Kalpana is already shared.
Well, this is Rama here,
Yeah.
and when it comes to me, whenever there is something that is switched off my mood or anything, firstly I acknowledge it,
Mhm.
and I stay away at that time from work. I
Mhm.
try to motivate myself by listening to some podcast or any music for that matter. Intentionally, I think positively and try to redirect my negative thoughts actually.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And then the social.
Um,
Yeah, somebody wants to say that. Somebody. Yeah.
Yes, this is Anuradha. Whenever I feel something like that, I always realize the past which have been faced and have overcome those problems. So I always try to improve my self image within me, the image of myself within me,
Mhm.
and I come back like that. Like I have done this previously also. I've met with such incidents before also, but somehow I could come out of that. And even now I can do that like that, I think.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. See, all of us are having our own coping mechanisms, right? All of us have developed throughout the years.
Yeah. I think we all have a developed defense mechanism. I actually call it the defense mechanism. We develop it based on our circumstances, because I think everybody can find solution to their own problems. A third party cannot find a solution. So suppose I'm feeling low, what I would do is royally I'll waste my time the whole day. I'll be in the office, I won't plan, I won't conceptualize. I'll go, I'll talk to my girls, or I'll go around these kids in the office and I keep talking. I while away the time, but I know I'm investing my time in recouping. I'm not whiling it away because I am giving my mind a little of a rest from doing what it does regularly.
Yes.
So I think once you move your attention from what you do regularly and try to do something different, automatically you get back to your wheel of work. So it's like the Ferris wheel. If you put the onus on the fulcrum, then it will not work. You put it on the periphery, it works. So for
Yes.
me, I think that's my defense mechanism.
Yeah, yes, yes. Thank you. Thanks for the sharing. Very lovely. All of you are sharing. So we all are learning from each other. See, for every personality, every different mechanisms are working. Okay, you call it a coping mechanism, you call it a defense mechanism, right? But everybody has find out as a woman how to be happy and how to get going, right? So what's your EQ? Okay, so we'll have a small test. I don't know. So this is basically this is not like right. The thing is right or wrong. So you just number yourself because some people are traveling, they can't number yourself. But some people, if they can number, it would be very nice for them. Okay, so this is like one is strongly disagree. Say two is disagree. Three is neutral. Agree is five. Sorry, 4 is agree, 5 is strongly agree. So you have to just rate your numbers and then we'll total those numbers. Like if you rate yourself 1, then you're giving your, let's say you strongly disagree to something, you just give 1. Then in the end, you will total those numbers, right? So I'm aware of my own emotions
Please
and
repeat once, sir.
let's say this is a 1-minute. Yes, can you see me? So here what happened, let's say this is a sentence, I'm aware of my emotions and can accurately label them. Now, in my sense, let's say I will say my number myself as 3. So 3 is neutral for me. Okay. So second is, let's say I can effectively manage my own emotions even in stressful situations. For 3, for me it is again 3 neutral for me. Okay. So what will happen? 3 plus 3, 6. So the total will be like that. Okay. Now, if my total was, let's say here in this, I'm saying I'm sensitive to the emotions of others and can pick up on non-verbal cues. I'm rating myself 5. So 3 plus 3 plus 5. So, and the end, the total will come like that. Okay. So basically in the end, what will the total will come, that will decide the emotional quotient. So this is for our awareness, how we have to work on ourselves. Fine. Let's do that. Let's do that. Is everybody
Yes.
on? Yeah.
Please
Yes.
repeat 1, 2, and 3 one more time, please.
One is strongly disagree.
Okay.
2 is disagree.
Okay.
3 is neutral.
Neutral.
4
5
is
is?
agree. 5 strongly.
4 is?
4 is agree.
Okay.
I will also do for myself 1 minute.
Okay. Strongly agree.
Yeah. Okay. So I am aware of my own emotions and accurately label them. So if you rate yourself 1, you strongly disagree. 2 disagree. 3 is neutral. 4 is agree. 5 is strongly agree. Shall I move to the next slide if it is possible? You just have to write the number. Like I have written for myself 3. Be honest, because it is for us. Nobody was give us medal if we get the highest marks. So shall I go to the next question? Is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah. I can effectively manage my own emotions even in stressful situations.
Yeah.
So just number yourself. Or do you, if you 1 is for strongly disagree, 2 is for disagree, 3 is neutral, 4 is agree, 5 is strongly agree. Fine? Done? Shall I move to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm sensitive to the emotion of others and pick up on non-verbal cues.
Shall I move to the next slide? Shall I move?
Yes.
I'm skilled at empathizing with the feelings and perspectives of others. So I'm moving to the next slide then. Okay. Just write down the numbers. If you say yes, then I'll change the slide because I will not come to know. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank
Done.
you. I'm able to communicate my emotions and needs effectively. Done.
Yes.
I'm good at resolving conflicts and handling difficult situations. Done.
Yes.
I have a clear sense of my own strengths and weakness. Done.
Yeah.
I can inspire and motivate others effectively. This is what you think. Don't think what people are thinking about you. What you think about yourself. Okay. People can think anything. Let them think what I'm thinking about myself. Okay. So done.
Yes.
9. I'm good at adapting to change and staying resilient. Resilient. So done, right? Next thing. I'm changing, huh?
Yes.
I can make sound decisions even faced with emotional challenges. So now let's total it. So have you totaled it? No need to tell me. So I'll just show you. Okay. So if the score is 10 to 25, it is low emotional intelligence. We have to work on the emotional intelligence. Maybe we are getting very much emotional about it. So we have to use the logical thinking. So we have to balance our emotions and logic. If the score is 26 to 35, we are moderately emotionally intelligent. And sometimes we get driven away by emotions and we have do impulsive reactions. And if we are 36 to 50 means high emotional intelligence, means we know how to regulate our emotions and work effectively. Okay. So this is for our score. So our to realize like how we have to work on our emotions. Okay. Fine then. So I thought everybody has got their scores, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not an exam happening. Like if I get less, everybody would laugh at me. Or if you get 50, then one medal would be given to you. Okay. So now raising your emotion, like, we have tested our emotion. Now, how will we raise that? Okay. So what is EI competencies? Recognizing reaction patterns, like how we actually react. What is our pattern? How we react. Okay. Navigating emotions, like what is the emotions which are coming through it? And what is intrinsic motivation? What motivates us? Now, when we know all these competencies, then what will happen? We will develop the assets and that will develop the life success. Like, for example, if we know that what is our patterns, like how what happens or what triggers us which makes us angry,
we are able to regulate that. Okay, so that what happened, we'll not have an impulsive, or let's say we'll not like blast. Okay, we'll regulate it, we'll sit down, we'll talk with the person whom with we are having a problem, and we sort out a situation. So basically that will create a win-win opportunities and conflicts. Agreed? Agreed?
Agree.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. And see, if we are having optimism, if we are optimistic, definitely we are able to motivate ourselves. And when we are able to motivate ourselves, we are able to manage daily stress. How will you manage daily
Yes.
stress if you're pessimist? Right? You have to be optimistic. There's no choice. Yeah. Okay. So now, how to improve your EQ? General advice. This is observe how you react to people. First, we have to start observing how we react to people. Like, what is our reaction? Is this so? Should I react so much to that situation or what she said? Sometimes somebody said something silly, but we reacted so much that it affected us. And then we are coming home and thinking about it. And when we are cooking or when we are doing something, also when we are driving, also that thing is going on, ruminating. Is it so much to react over it? First, we have to think about that. Look at your work environment. Means how is your yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, Garima.
What you said something. Somebody said yeah. Please. Yeah, please feel free to interrupt or share your views. Okay, should be interactive. Okay. Look at your work environment means basically sometimes the work environment is so toxic, okay, that sometimes we need to change the work environment. This is for the corporate. For entrepreneurships also sometimes we have toxic partners, okay, or sometimes we employ toxic people, okay, and we think that we will not get better people than them, and we are just coming working with them, so that destroys our mental health, okay, and ultimately emotional intelligence. Self evaluation means, what is self evaluation? We all do self-evaluation.
Yeah. Evaluating your own strengths and weaknesses, your
Yes.
own reactions and responses.
Yes. Okay. So, and then examine how your actions will affect others. Let's say I have taken this action, how will affect others? First, when we think about it, then we will actually respond in a very logical way, or let's say in a very, what we call, in a poised way. Okay, so we always have to think that because of my this action, because now we are as a responsible person, we always have to think that every action has a reaction. So our action will lead to what reaction, and is that what reaction we are expecting or we want to have? Okay, before doing anything. So we'll have the 5 competencies which we will develop. Okay, one minute. If you tuned out of your own emotions, you will be poor at reading them in other people. If you don't know your own emotions, you cannot read other people. That's the first thing what we started. Okay, so targeted EQ development. There's some strategies, self-awareness. Okay, so basically how you do in NLP also, just keep a journal. Okay, but in busy life we are not able to keep that journal. So, but note down like what are you feeling, or what is going through your mind. Okay, sometimes like just Kalpana said that some that we need to slow down, we need to give ourselves a break. No, if everything is going on. Who said? I think somebody else said, not Kalpana. Who said that? I was not able to see that in this clip.
It's me, I think so. Rama.
Yeah. We have to give ourselves that breaks. Okay, that we have to find out, keep a journal, like what is happening. Okay, and when we say about mindfulness meditation, it's a different thing. Mindfulness is like being aware all the time. In NLP, we say mindfulness doesn't mean that you have to sit in meditation and do. If you are doing mindfulness meditation, then okay, mindfulness and meditation both are required. But mindfulness means you are aware of everything what you do. You are present in the moment. It's not like you are like somewhere else, your mind somewhere else, and physically you are somewhere else, right? So when we say practice mindfulness means awareness, be present at that moment. Then you're able to understand. Sometimes what happens, a lot of things happens and we are not able to understand what to do. Then we note it down in some diary or let's say some paper, okay? And we found out, okay, this all happened. Or sometimes we just want to burst out, or we such wants to shout on that person, but we can't do. But when we write down in that paper, it really helps us to calm down. Does it happen or not? Yeah? It happens or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So targeted, so self-control. First we talk about self-awareness, now self-control. Monitor your self-talk, like what I already said. If you catch yourself thinking in extremes, I always fail. Remind yourself instances when you have succeeded or when things have gone all well. Okay, self-control means you have to first empower yourself with positive thoughts that you are the one who have achieved success. Somebody said what I have done, I have actually overcome that in the past. I will overcome now also, right? Then thought stopping. When you notice a negative thought arising, practice thought stopping. What is saying? Mentally saying stop, or using a physical gesture like snapping your fingers. Sometimes what happens, we don't want to have that negative thought, but that keeps on coming, keeps on coming. So we should say stop. Or what we should do, many people do this. Have you noticed? Thought they want to stop that negative thought. Many people do this, and it's a very important technique because otherwise you will be like torturing yourself a lot. Then reframing perspectives. This is also very important. Reframing involves shifting your perspective on a situation to see it in a more positive or realistic light. Challenge negative interpretations by asking yourself questions such as, is there another way to interpret this situation? Okay, what evidence or supports or contradicts negative thought? For example, something happened. Let's take any bad example. Like we lost that. Can you give me some bad example? Let's reframe it so that it helps all of us. Any bad example? Let's do exercise. How all of us will reframe that. How will you reframe? If something negative happens, how will you say? See, this
See,
is a
firstly, I think we have to move out of the situation,
yes.
and then you sit and analyze the situation calmly so that we'll start getting the solutions out of it.
Yes. And one more technique is
And most of the time सब कुछ अच्छा के लिए ही होता है. What we think.
And sometimes what I use personally, what would a trusted friend or advisor say about this situation? So normally what happened, my sister is my biggest cheerleader, right? Like whatever I do is like she thinks that I'm the best, right? What happens, something wrong happens, I'll call her. And she says, Didi, kya hua? Kuch nahi hua. At the moment, like it's like I'm the best, right? It's like वो मैं काबिल ही नहीं था दीदी, वो तुम्हारे काबिल ही नहीं था, वो चीज तुम्हारे काबिल ही नहीं थी, ठीक है? So I use this. Everybody has that own defense mechanism. Sometimes I sit down, but because if my sister is busy, I'll think, okay, what should I do next? Because most of the time I can't call her.
Something big is waiting for you. Let
Yeah,
that be.
yeah. So when we think like that, we start feeling happy, right? And sometimes we need to also think what are the emotional triggers and prepare to manage them. This is very important being as a lady. We know like something is there which triggers us very badly. We should be prepared for them because all of us have some triggers as a woman. Like something like we are coming from office and if we see a house is so dirty, no, ultimately we'll start like all like we'll get so like obsessed, like we have to clean the house, this and all, and then we spoil all our mood, right? So we should understand that okay, fine, we are out of the house, we are working, there are children or there are other people who are like not that conscious or cleanliness conscious like me. Okay, fine. If the house is not that clean, it's fine, but my mental peace is more important. Do we need to do that or not?
Yes.
Yeah, because many times we torture ourselves by being like superwoman, right? House should be clean, our work should be great, our children should be getting only 99% marks. And if the children is not scoring, that is also our problem. House is not clean, that is also my problem. Office work is also not my problem. If you give so much,
Chetna always teaches this. It's perfect to be imperfect.
that's better. Yes. It's perfect to be imperfect. That's better. Okay. Then self-control, evidence-based thinking. What is this? When we're thinking negative, we have to find out evidence. Is it so negative that we are making ourselves like a whole life has become like a list of failures? Like if I'm not good enough to succeed, you people already said, list specific accomplishments or skills that demonstrate your competence, what you have already done. Okay. Positive affirmations. Okay, I can do that, which you just said. I can do that. Gratitude practice. What is this? Instead of just thinking how bad the situation is, how bad everything is, if we think that, okay, we have got this, okay, we have got failures in life, but we have got that strength to overcome those failures. We have got, let's say, we have not achieved that goals which we thought, but at least we were able to come nearer to those goals. So that is gratitude, and that's make us feel positive. Okay. Gratitude is the best attitude. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah. So targeted EQ development strategy, self-control. Never underestimate the power of taking deep breaths. We all say, no, relax, 3 deep breaths. Somebody said, remove yourself from the situation and keep moving. Somebody from you people say, know your values. If you are accountable, hold yourself accountable. Don't yourself accountable too much. Practice being calm. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument. What is this?
Instead of reacting to a situation, we need to respond logically.
Yes, yes, yes. Self-motivation. Be aware of you, explain, stay realistic. Many times we have a lot of expectations from ourselves, no? That we should do this also, we should do that also. If body is not supporting, then also we should keep trying. So stay realistic. Be aware of your body, be aware of your mindset, be aware of your responsibilities. How much can you take in one plate? Okay. If you take too much, you will actually doing injustice to yourself. And we women are guilty of that, of doing injustice to ourselves. But now we are changing. We are saying it is perfect to be imperfect. Right? So connect your goals with your values to get energized. So what are my goals and what are my values? Like my values, what are my core values? What I really get inspired. So if I connect them, definitely it motivates me. Striving for reaching a flow state. Now, what is flow state? Now, this is an NLP term, flow state, which means sometimes you must have noticed when we do something which we really like, we don't know how the time passes. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so basically, how to motivate ourselves? We have to start do more of those tasks which give us more flow state, because it actually affects our biology also. It affects our physical health also. That's the reason many times what happens, people are frustrated in their jobs, they get stressed, they get depression, they get negative thinking because they are doing what they don't like. So if you do what you like and the time just passes like anything, that means that is a flow state. Okay, that means your body and your mind both are enjoying and in congruence with that, and that is really affecting your health also, mental and physical. Okay. Visualization. How many people do visualization? I do a lot. Self motivation. I visualize a lot. Achieving the goal. How many people do visualization? Achieving that goal.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, visualization that really relax and keep learning. That every time as a woman, as a entrepreneur, we have to keep learning. Okay, learning is never ending. So I already discussed this, why we are doing this, and goal statement should be which is we are capable of, which are fresh and energizing, where we are standing, and be hopeful. Okay. Now this is targeted EQ development. Now this here is seeking support, like what just now when Chetna and Kalpana were discussing, that if we have trusted mentors, colleagues who support networks, who can understand or who can motivate us when we are really feeling down, that can really help us in developing our emotional intelligence. Like this group is there, right? You all people are women entrepreneurs, right? We go through a lot of challenges, ups and downs, because there is no, but not every day is similar. Okay, it's most of the times, like as we just started, most of the entrepreneurs, every day is different. There are different challenges, different roadblocks. So when we seek support and we discuss, and then we understand, okay, this problem can be solved by this way also, we get that motivation. And motivation is a part of emotional intelligence. Take break and practice self-care, which you already said. The prioritize self-care. Okay, sometimes we are so engrossed that nothing is happening, then what to do? Take a break. Some people go to spa, some people just go to a holiday, or let's say one day. Some people just watch movies continuously for one day, right? Or some people will do nothing. They will say this is idle day. Okay. Then time management and prioritization is also important. Okay, like what is your priorities? You can't do everything all. We just discussed that. So you have to prioritize what you want to do and what you can do. And supportive network is again the same thing. Even with in the family, when we have this like entrepreneurs network, we have online communities, we have, or let's say, see, there are different ways. Like this is a supportive network. Okay, it is a small network. We all can open out our emotions, but sometimes if we are part of a bigger network, we can't open out our emotions, but we can learn different perspectives from different people just by attending those seminars. Agreed? Agreed?
Yes.
That all will help us in developing our emotional intelligence. Okay. So what is empathy now? This is also part of emotional intelligence. How we develop that? Take the kinder road. Think there are two things, this way, this way. Take the kinder road, you will be empathetic. Okay. See from other person's perspective, respond to feelings, put yourself in someone else's position. Okay. So social skills, how we develop that social skills. Share your passion and enthusiasm for your job and the organization vision. It's contagious. Have you noticed when somebody smiles or somebody laughs, we also start smiling and laughing? Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens.
When you want to actually mix with people, when you want to actually make friends with people, it's very important that we smile and laugh, because everybody wants to talk with the lively face, lively people. If you are even introvert, try making a habit to smile, because what happens, people will not know how good you are until unless you don't speak to them, don't interact with them. Okay. And create an inspiring work environment. Like it should be like when you're coming, you're motivating everybody, and everybody is feeling, yeah, today like Archana is here and it's really nice. She's so bubbly and she always keep motivating us. She never says anything negative. Then engage in creative brainstorming. Find out different ideas. Let's say if some problem is there, you should not have that attitude. What should I do? It's not my problem. Okay, you should have like, okay, can we do it something creatively? Can we think? Can I contribute? If I can contribute, let me think about it. Okay. And sometimes be willing to coach or mentor. Many times every one of us are pro in our own things, and nobody is like absolute knowing everything. Okay. Like if I know something, let's say, but I don't know anything which, like say, technically I need a help and somebody can coach me. So that person, if that person is willing to coach me and that person helps me, I'll always be indebted to that person. Agreed or not? Agreed or
Yes.
not?
Yeah.
So that's the way you maintain social skills, social connections. So when you develop this, you learn the conflict resolution. Okay, what is conflict resolution? Conflict is win-win. Find out the win-win solution. Like there is a problem, okay, both of us sit together, both of us find out what is the best solution for that. Okay. So social skills, actually, when we talk about, it includes like you have to work on your communication skills, and best, the most important thing, and must praise others. People are dying to get praises. This is our actually natural instinct. People say, I don't like praises. I become uncomfortable. But deep in their heart, they like praises. Do you agree or not? Everybody strive for praises.
Yeah.
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 They say that.
Especially women, we wait for the small appreciation.
Yes. How much modest everybody would tries to be. Okay. Now there's one more thing which is a part of NLP, but I just want to say that so that because it has helped us as women. These are called ego states. So these are not that ego, that pride and all. So when we are born, okay, so we have parent, adult, and child ego state. So parent is like when you're born, like parents ask you to do, don't do this, don't do that. So that becomes a pattern in our mind. Okay. So what happened when we are growing up as an entrepreneur or something? Sometimes some people are very controlling parent attitude. They want like their way or highway, right? So what we tell them that if you really want to help people, come into the nurturing parent mode. Okay, that I'm here to help you. You take your work, I'm here to guide you. Okay, because some people say that I was correcting them, still that person is taking me as an enemy. Maybe you are correcting them, but in a very rude manner or in a controlling manner. Okay, you can correct people by being a nurturing manner. Okay, so I'm simplifying it. It's a part of soft skills also, right, Chetna?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a part of soft skills also. Same adult is what? Reasoning. Adult is like I'm an adult, I will think reason. Adult state of mind. These are all state of mind. Parent state of mind, reasoning, adult state of mind, child state of mind. These are not related with the age. So if I if I have to, if I'm a very always in adult state, I'm a very logical and reasoned person. Like you will like to talk to me because okay, Garima will understand me. Garima will think about it logically. And so adult is something which we all strive for. Being an entrepreneur, we all should strive to be in the adult and logical state of being. Okay, then one is child state. Child state is curious state, which is good. But sometimes child state has emotional tantrums, okay, rebellious, right? Because childs are like that. So what happens if some people behave like that? That we will not, like how much you try to explain them, they will not change. Okay. So basically we have to nurture them and tell them that you think logically. So as a woman entrepreneur, as an emotional intelligence can only be achieved when we are most of the time when we are in adult state, logical state. Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are actually states. It will never happen that you'll always be in adult state. You will be keep revolving into 3 states. But the more you try to be in adult state, so it will help you into logical thinking, reasoning, understanding other people's opinion. So you should strive to be in adult state. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is consolidation into a development plan, like objectives. What do I want to be able to do or do better as an entrepreneur? Like everybody should set us goals. What success criteria is? How will I recognize success? What does success really mean to me? How will I review and measure my improvement? Like what is my goals and how will I actually rate them myself against them? Actions, what methods will I use to achieve my learning objectives? What should I do to learn new things? Implementation, how will I practice and apply what I learn? Like what is my plan? Like this I've learned, now I have to imply. Until unless I don't imply, it doesn't matter. So this is basically a personal development plan which I have prepared for myself, just sharing with you people, so that if people also wants to take help of it. Okay. So what are the key learnings? I just want you people to say. What is the key learnings?
Self-awareness.
Yes.
Self-regulation.
Yes.
And also discipline.
Yes.
And,
How to be empathetical.
Yes.
Self-motivation.
Yes. Yes. More? Somebody else wants to add more?
and gratitude, show gratitude.
Yes, gratitude. And
For me, it is when head, heart, and my soul are aligned, and then I make decisions. I think that is what works well for me. So I think for me, it is the key learning.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So, should we all come on the camera? Because I have just prepared one slogan. I don't know. You people can also give me ideas. That we are women entrepreneurs leading with heart and mind. I have prepared a slogan. So all of will say that slogan. Can
Okay.
also come in camera. So we'll have you say that slogan 3 times.
I actually, Garima, what I say, especially women entrepreneurs, I mean, with my skill for my kind of work, I say it is H cube. Head, heart, and my hands, because I have to sketch with my hands rather. So it is H cube for me. Head, heart, and my hands. When all the three are in sync, then I work properly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's have some slogan, because I have worked with We Are Women entrepreneurs leading with head and mind, head and heart. So if somebody comes out with more some creative slogan, let's all come to the camera and just do 3 cheers for ourselves. So let's motivate ourselves, which is the first part of, which is a part of emotional intelligence. If somebody is coming with more creative, that is really welcome.
Come in.
Yeah, please, please. If somebody is coming with more creative, let's first of all, let's come all on the camera. Then it will look better. We have to motivate ourselves.
Yes. Shanti, in case you are available, you can click a few pictures also, right? While everybody is on the cam.
Yeah,
I'm taking.
Yes, ma. Thank you.
that is great. Okay, so now what should we do now? Like, what slogan it's better? Chetna, I was like, I have made a slogan. We are women and entrepreneurs leading with head and heart. What's
And
something
heart.
more creative so that we can do
Something
that
more
for ourselves?
creative. Wow. Garima has put a test to me also now. Wait, let me think.
Yeah. Kalpana can think, Anuradha is there, Sridevi is there, Asha is there, Nandini is there, Shamla is there, Rama is there. Think something more creative for ourselves, something very good for ourselves.
I'm trying to see whether we can talk about inclusiveness. About
Slogan DJ madam.
power for
Slogan
power.
DJ.
Yeah, I'm just sharing with with the group so that any word there. Let's see.
Yeah, please share. Please. So sorry for interrupting. Sorry.
There's no stopping Nari Shakti.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
Kalpana,
Kya
any
baat hai?
inputs?
Great.
Kalpana, any inputs? Because you were about inclusiveness. So if you want to
Yeah,
start.
I mean, of course, when it's a slogan, give me a second.
I think let's go with Nari Shakti, what he said. What was, please repeat so that we can say that.
There's no stopping Nari Shakti.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, start.
There's no stopping Nari Shakti.
There is no
Oh, once more.
Nari Shakti.
There is no stopping Nari Shakti.
Clap for ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, nice.
So it was wonderful interacting with all of you lovely ladies. And it's really a pleasure when we interact with the people who are in the same journey, okay, so that we can interact. Because before you people coming online, Chetna and Kalpana, we were interacting and we gelled very well. As if, like, so our stories were very similar. I think when I talk to Nirja and Rama and Anuradha, our stories will also be similar.
Yes.
Okay then.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Garima ji. I think you really like you rightly said at the very outset that this is not something that you're going to tell us something which we don't know about it, but in our regular mundane routine, we don't stop to ponder about it. We don't stop to think. And we don't stop to, take ourselves to the next level. Sometimes we are just stagnating or we are just in some space. And I think when you talk about whoever who said Nari Shakti, and I think this is one of the things that has happened right now is all of us being here in this group and, interacting and bringing out something. And I'm sure each one of us, something is opened up for us today and something which each one of us is dealing with right now at this moment. सो आपने जो भी कहा है उससे कुछ ना कुछ तो हमारे अंदर कुछ परिवर्तन तो आया है, उसमें तो कोई शक नहीं है.
Thank you so much.
And which is why I would like to thank you very much from Kobe, Telangana. And please do join our family, like me and Chetna invited you at the beginning. Please, we would be honored to have you on board with us too.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful
Thank you,
session.
Kovi Telangana. The same like Kalpana.
Thank you.
Indian
And
Sanskar.
hopefully we
Bharat
will
Mata
be-
ki Jai. We are Bharat now.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Bharat
Yes,
Mata ki
we
jai.
are Bharat.
Bharat Mata ki jai.
Thank you, Garima. Especially from my end, I would like to thank you that, the moment we connected, I think we were like a house on fire. It didn't look like, we didn't know each other, and you immediately agreed. In fact, ladies, I must tell you, her father-in-law is in the hospital. She's been dealing with that, and yet she took this session very very, very cheerfully for all of us. So I think, there is no better example than the balance of emotions that Garima has shown us. She's just walked the talk for us. So thank you, Garima.
Thank you for
And
sharing
over
that.
to Moksha.
Thank you, Chetna. Thank you so much for appreciation. I
Mhm.
like praising. Keep praising me.
Yeah.
I'll not be modest about it. I like praising.
Super.
Oh,
Super.
everybody likes, isn't it? See,
You keep
if at
coming
all we are-
regularly to Kobe, ma'am. We'll keep praising you regularly.
Rama, we are
Women
also
ज़्यादा-
good at
बोला
it.
रमा तूने जबरदस्त बोला एकदम पक्की बात.
बस
मन की बात.
We need more energetic and bubbly people, definitely. I mean, we all are, but we need more, definitely.
we
More
all
energy
are
for
energetic.
ladies.
See, we're born energetic only, lovely only, bubbly only. People only tell us, girls को हंसना नहीं चाहिए, जोर से बोलना नहीं
हाँ,
चाहिए, ये वो. क्यों नहीं हंसना चाहिए, बोलना चाहिए, बोलेंगे.
सही है, एकदम सही है.
ठीक है. Okay then, bye. Thanks.
See you.
for
Thank
your
you so
time.
much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
So I'm just then ending it, okay?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Did you all check your portions? Exam.